The bridge of the Zephyrian Dawn hummed with nervous energy as Commander Vextal adjusted his primary manipulator appendages across the communication console. After 3 cycles of preparation, the moment had finally arrived. First contact with the primitive species on the 3rd planet of this unremarkable yellow star system. "All stations report ready, Commander," announced his tactical officer, her chromatophores shifting to a confident azure. "The translation matrix has been calibrated. Based on their electromagnetic transmissions, we should achieve 97% linguistic compatibility." Vextal's species, the Zephyrians, had established contact with 43 different civilizations across the galaxy. The process was always the same. Arrive at the edge of a system, identify the dominant species, hail them with standardized first contact protocols, and then begin the integration process. Most species responded with either fearful silence or excited babbling. A few had tried to attack. Those encounters had ended poorly for the primitives. This species called themselves humans, and their planet, Earth. Preliminary scans revealed a typical Class M world with abundant water and a single large moon. The inhabitants had achieved basic spaceflight and nuclear technology, exactly the developmental threshold that warranted Galactic Union attention. "Open the channel," Vextal commanded, broadcasting on all their known frequencies. The view screen flickered to life, displaying the blue-green marble that hung in the void before them. Vextal straightened his imposing 2-meter frame and began the ritual greeting that had served his people well for centuries. "Greetings, inhabitants of Earth. I am Commander Vextal of the Zephyrian Union vessel Dawn. We come in peace to establish formal contact between your species and the greater galactic community. Please respond on this frequency to begin diplomatic proceedings." The bridge fell silent as they waited. Standard protocol suggested most primitive species required anywhere from several minutes to several hours to mount a response. Some never responded at all. Exactly 47 seconds later, the communication array crackled to life. "Zephyrian vessel Dawn, this is Earth Control. We acknowledge your transmission and welcome you to the Sol system. Please maintain your current position while we coordinate your arrival procedures. Be advised that local space traffic is currently heavy and will need to assign you a proper approach vector." Vextal blinked all 4 of his eyes in rapid succession, a sign of extreme confusion among his people. His crew exchanged uncertain glances, their chromatophores cycling through colors that indicated bewilderment. Did they just give us traffic control instructions?" whispered the navigation officer. "Commander," the communications specialist's voice carried a note of alarm. "I'm detecting massive electromagnetic activity from the planet's surface, and, sir, there are artificial structures throughout this system. Orbital platforms, mining operations, what appear to be defensive installations." The tactical officer's display lit up like a festival celebration. "Commander, I'm reading energy. Signatures from 17 different locations in this system. Some of these installations are significant. That platform near the 4th planet is reading as larger than our mothership." Vextal felt his confidence evaporating like morning mist. "Scan the 3rd planet more thoroughly. I want to know exactly what we're dealing with." The results came back within minutes, and each report made Vextal's situation more uncomfortable. Earth wasn't a primitive world with early spaceflight capabilities. It was the hub of a vast interplanetary civilization. Massive space elevators stretched from the planet's surface into orbit. The moon had been extensively developed, its surface dotted with cities visible even from their distant position. Asteroid mining operations filled the space between the inner planets, and what appeared to be a massive construction project was underway near the orbit of Jupiter. "Commander," his science officer reported, her voice barely above a whisper, "preliminary estimates suggest this civilization has a space-based population exceeding 2 billion individuals. Their industrial capacity appears to rival our home system." The communication array activated again, and the same calm, professional voice addressed them. Zephyrian Vessel Dawn, Earth Control here with your approach vector. You're cleared for lunar orbit 77 Alpha. Please follow navigation beacon Charlie 7 and maintain standard diplomatic protocols. A welcoming committee will meet you upon arrival. Also, we're curious about your ship's design. Our engineers would love to exchange technical notes if you're interested. Vextal stared at the communication console as if it had personally offended his ancestors. In 43 previous first contacts, no species had ever treated the arrival of a Zephyrian vessel as routine administrative procedure. No one had ever offered to compare engineering notes. "Sir," the tactical officer spoke carefully, "should we follow their instructions?" "What choice do we have?" Vextal muttered. "We came here expecting to find primitive natives, and instead we've stumbled into someone's highly advanced civilization." He paused, considering their options. "Signal compliance with their traffic control, and prepare a diplomatic gift. Something impressive." "What sort of gift, Commander?" Vextal looked out at the bustling system surrounding them, ships moving between planets, massive orbital structures, industrial operations that dwarfed anything he'd seen outside the Union's core worlds. These humans had somehow developed a thriving interplanetary civilization without anyone in the galaxy noticing. "I honestly have no idea," he admitted, "but I suspect they're going to be teaching us more than we teach them." As the Zephyrian Dawn changed course toward Earth's moon, following the navigation beacon like any ordinary commercial vessel, Vextal couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy had just become a much more interesting place. The humans, it seemed, had been expecting them,